Hey everyone, Thornton here, and there are a lot of Finals fans wondering on whether or not we will ever see weapon customization come into the game. Is it a quality of life update the developers are even aware of, and will it rival something like what Call of Duty has? And today we're going to go over what the likelihood of that is, and what other quality of life updates we can be expecting. Without further ado, let's jump into it. The evolution of first-person shooter games has been marked by constant innovation, whether it's in terms of gameplay mechanics, graphics, or customization options. You can look at pretty much any title and you'll always see at least a little bit of something new coming to the game. And one crucial aspect that you pretty much see in every game nowadays, at least in FPS games, is weapon customization. However, fans of the Finals have noted a significant absence of this feature, though I will say that the game does have really unique gameplay mechanics that you don't see in a lot of other games, so it's kind of a give and take. But there have been discussions about its impact on the game's overall experience and its competitiveness. It's a pretty big deal because it not only adds a layer of personalization to your particular gameplay style, but it also plays a pretty vital role in enhancing tactical decision making on the battlefield. Say you had an AKM with a scope, but you had less bullets. Well, would you want to do that trade-off, or do you think that the way that they have currently designed it is totally fine the way it is and you should just go use the F car? But that being said, customizing weapons with different attachments like scope, sights, grips, and barrels does allow players to adapt their firearms to various combat situations and make it feel a little bit more unique and like you're playing the game the way you want to play it. And it also kind of gives you a strategic advantage and a sense of ownership over your loadouts, so you can really go ahead and deep dive into the lore, watch some videos, and figure out exactly what is the optimal way for you to play this game. And since the Finals has drawn a little bit of attention for its lack of gun customization options, particularly the absence of sight and scopes for most weapons, this limitation meant that players were constrained to using iron sights, which does impact the ability to acquire targets efficiently and effectively. It would make sense now why the AKM has so many bullets, because you're probably not going to hit many because you can't really see anything. The reliance on iron sight not only obstructed a lot of people's visibility, especially in chaotic combat scenarios — thankfully the gun bloom doesn't seem to be that bad in this game — but it also limits players' precision and accuracy, which is why the F-car has gone on to reign supreme, because it is one of the only weapons that has a scope, plus it does a pretty good amount of damage. And comparisons have been drawn with other popular games like Battlefield 1, which, you know, Embark actually came from DICE, which successfully integrated weapon customization, including scopes and attachments, into its gameplay mechanics. And Battlefield 1's approach demonstrated how customizable weapons contribute to a more immersive and dynamic gaming experience. And we just recently got the final Season 2, which did give us a bunch of quality of life updates. We got new features like a new game mode 5v5, which is fantastic. Private matches were added in, which are also a ton of fun. And there are a brand new list of gadgets, which are a really new fun way to play the game and does give you more options on how to build out your character class. However, once again, we do have the absence of weapon customization, which is once again missing. And there have been some players expressing concerns about the impact of this missing feature on the game's long-term appeal and competitive viability, especially in an era where FPS games are striving to offer deeper customization options to engage players and keep them invested. One great thing this game does is you can mix and match really any skin you want, which is something you don't see in a lot of other games. Looking at you, Apex Legends. So I think they absolutely hit the nail on the head. I wouldn't be opposed to a little bit more of gun customization in this regard as well, especially because, well, you see your guns a lot more than you see your skins. And you can see this trend actually taking over in other parts of the gaming industry, particularly in titles like Fortnite, which actually just went ahead and is doing a new weapon customization through features like weapon mods. And Fortnite tends to be the first and foremost to hop on these things, or at least follow trends. Now, I'm not saying I want this game to be like Fortnite at all. I don't really particularly enjoy Fortnite, but I will say that when you do look at long-term successful games, they're always willing to adapt and not necessarily stick in the ways that they were created in, and willing to adapt and try new things. Overall, I think that the Finals, no matter what, will have a great balance between its current weapon meta, class builds, and just how fun the gameplay mechanics are. I will be interested to see if Embark tinkers or toys with the concept or idea of eventually adding in weapon customization to give players a little bit more freedom in how they play the game. Let me know down below, what are your thoughts? Would you like to see weapon customization come into the Finals, or do you think that the way that the guns are currently balanced and set up works just totally fine? Also, don't forget to check out my other videos right here where I cover other video games, and as always, thank you for stopping by. I'll see you in the next video.